morning, how are you all doing? It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and as you can see, I'm out for a short run just to burn those additional cookies, you know. Anyway, last night I went to pick up Motherboard from the guy that I actually didn't know who is. It's one of the two most famous case modders from Serbia, and all I can say is in future maybe we'll do some collaborations, because he does some crazy good mods. On the other side, now during my run probably the mailman will come, but my sister is home, and finally the CPU will arrive and we can build that PC.
There goes a sight from my soul.
I just came from that amazing run, and check this out. The CPU is finally here, and with all that other parts you can finally begin assembling that beast PC. Today was planned that I do just an easy 1.5 hour ride, but when I woke up and I saw that beautiful sunny day, I just, you really must go out and do maximum what you can do to enjoy it. 10k under 50 minutes, I'm satisfied. Let's open this now. Check it out, it's huge. The 2011 socket CPUs are, the largest, and that's why they are the best. The motherboards are so complex. And the time has finally come. I'm going to give a break for this laptop. He's been doing 10 days very hard work. Finally, check this out. This, I don't know what to say. I'm so excited. It's like a boy living his dream. Check this out. I don't want to waste your time much. I won't talk about how to assemble your PC. There are lots of tutorials around YouTube and internet. I will talk a little bit about the parts that I have collected, and I'll just show you how am I building them, and after that we will see how the PC looks like when it's done. Let's get it started. First of all, the base of everything. This is NZXT H440 mid-tower case. I got it used, and the problem is that some accessories are missing, and that's where the problems will be. I think I'll solve them, but we will see how it's going to be. Everything else will fit perfect. As you know, I have left the old PSU. It's the Seasonic H850 watts. It's very strong power supply, and it's going to be even overkill for this build. But you sure need a very, these cables are custom sleeved by myself. These are my first ever sleeved cables, and I'm pretty sure that they will fit on this build also. I didn't want to continue doing the same black and red build. I'm going to put this on the side for now. First thing to do is to put the CPU on the motherboard. And here's the motherboard, Gigabyte X99 Gaming 5. As I mentioned in the vlog, I bought this from the very famous Serbian case modder, the Mega Scott. He's working on some awesome DIY custom builds, and we have dealt some future, collaboration. I will show you some of his works because they are so much, respectable, and he has won some big prizes. I'm very happy that I meet him on this way. He sold me this motherboard, and I'm going to enjoy it very well. And here is what we have. There's a small window in front. All of course in an anti-static bag. Last night I couldn't resist. I have tried this CPU cooler, holders, but anyway, that doesn't mean anything. Motherboard is new, and now we are going to put the CPU inside. And for the CPU I have decided to go with the i7-5820K. It's a 6-core processor. It's going to give the best possible performance for the video rendering, and also he is great for gaming, so no loss there. First, I wanted to go with the 6700K and the Z170 motherboards, but I had some problems ordering it and it took me much more time. And when I think better, you know, X99, it's much more powerful, much more future-proof. It supports much more stuff that's going to provide me better video editing experience. And I'm so happy that I actually went with this. And as you know, these are the largest CPU sockets that are, you know, currently available. They actually have these two locks. You really need to be careful with them. Firstly, undo this one, and then you do this one. And in the same time you try to do them both. There it goes. This is very, you know, sensitive part. You really don't want to drop something inside, possibly not hammer, right? This is how this CPU looks underneath, and there's only of course one way to mount it. Here you can see this arrow, and on the motherboard you can see this arrow, so there is only one possible way to do it. You just put it in, you know, move it a little bit to check out if everything's okay. Of course it is. You put this one back here, and you can see that when you lock it, it says this one do first. You do it like that. You will feel some pressure, of course. It's slightly, you know, like scary, but that's how it needs to go. There you got first one. Now you remove this one part, just like that, and then on last one you do this one. I hope that everything's okay. I never did this kind of socket, but I think it's that how you should do it. I almost forgot. Definitely first you want to put the backplate on. Check it out, it's so nice with this like carbon foil, and it has LED connections right here, and so it's going to glow in dark. It goes this way. Perfect. And now the motherboard. Okay, all the holes are in the right place. It fits nicely. Now let's screw everything in.
Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul.
Ah, it looks so nice, man, so nice. Perfectly fit, all sides are near here, the holes for the cable management. This case is just amazing. These are HyperX Savage DDR4, 2 sticks of 8 gigabytes, 3000 megahertz. It's great. Even this motherboard has 8 DDR4 slots. If I ever want to upgrade, you know, up to 64 gigabytes, I'll just buy more of these, which are very fast and reliable. Because of the SLI compatibility with many GPUs, this motherboard DDR4 slots have only top notch, so they don't have these kind of, you know, locks on the downside, so you can put the GPUs very closely up to the RAM slots. Be sure, you know, the RAM sticks can go only on the one side, upside here. Lock it in just like that. Second slot. It would really look insane if I'm one of those rich YouTube channels tech building and I would have all 8 RAM sticks full, but it doesn't matter, it's going to be great like this also. Now we will go with the CPU cooler. I was thinking about buying all-in-one liquid coolers, but then I find out, you know, they're not as much reliable. They can be even louder than the air cooling and more expensive, not so much cooler. And I have decided to buy this new edition of the Hyper 212, which I had in the previous build, but this is the X edition. It's slightly more improved heat pipes and also a slightly improved cooler. Unsticking this label, I will put the cooler like this, so the airflow goes through this, and I think this should go like this. Great, now it's in the center. Now just tighten all the screws. In the cross pattern you don't want to tighten one and not tighten in the others. You just do one on the one side, then a bit on the other side, one above. For the GPU I also got Gigabyte G1 Gaming GTX 970, 4 gigabytes, 3 coolers, Win4s, everything sets here. DirectX 12, it's going to work very well with the X99 motherboard. Check it out, it's such a beauty. I think that also this Win4's logo has LEDs inside, but I think they are blue. We will see. I will see what I can do about that, so it has maybe red themed to fit inside. So tight it cannot go like this. I need to put it sideways on diagonal and then to put it in, but no problems with that. Click. And that's been most of the part when there are much screws now. Now I will put this ugly corded CPU cooler. This case has built-in fan controller and it's connected here on the motherboard CPU cooler, and this CPU cooler actually will go back on the CPU fan controller, but of course I will break these stickers there, so I don't know, ugly as the other stuff. I think I will orient it, yes, like this. No, it's impossible. I'll have to do it like this. That's mostly about that for now. I'll actually do the 24-pin motherboard power supply and the upper 2x4 connectors CPU power supply. And now we can take a look on the other side and work on the cable management. As you can see, lots of stuff happening here. These are all front panel inputs. Also this one for the USB 3.0. That's mostly it about this part. As you can see, it has lots and lots of space for cable management. Even the case is smaller than my previous HFX. It's much more smarter and much more better designed. Now I'll make just a small break to drink my coffee and just to look it a little bit. And we will continue with the hard drives, and then I hope that it will turn on successfully and to see how it looks really. And this is the progress right now. All this took me about 1 hour. Now I'm on my pause for sweets, waiting my coffee to be done. It really looks so nice, man, with these details, and when it lights up. I'm back and here are the finishing parts. This is Hitachi 2TB hard drive. I know you may tell Hitachi that's not a good brand, but actually I had Western Digital, I had Seagate. I didn't try more expensive stuff from Intel and some brands like that, but Hitachi lasted me for 3 years without bad sector. I think it's just how lucky you are with the drives. If you don't overload them and keep them, you know, formatted and everything, they can last okay time. This is 7200 RPM. It's going to be faster, maybe sometimes louder, but I don't care about that since I have that Samsung 850 250GB SSD which I saved from the previous build. Here is the drive, and here is that problem that I mentioned about the case. Here I should have the, you know, drawers for the drives, but unfortunately someone maybe wanted to keep them, or I don't know what, but I don't have them. So I'm thinking, how should I put the hard drive? And for now I think I will just keep this anti-static bag underneath, and I will put it here and about the cables. It's not ideal, but it should work. And also in my previous build it wasn't in the original drawer, it worked this way also. It's not so much sensitive as they say to you. I don't want to put too much time in this cable management, since I'm sure I will unplug all these cables for at least 2 or 3 times, because I want to sleeve them, and this is just to test everything. Is it working? Just to install and put Windows and just to start it, because I really cannot edit videos anymore on the laptop. And I think that that's it. I will close the rear panel right when I check here at the front. I really think that that's it. I'm going to take this PC now at the desk, plug it in to all components and peripherals, and we will see.
There goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul.